Hey everybody, it's me, Chris. I'm back over here in the kitchen. Today I'm going to show you an awesome recipe for chicken wings. Now usually I make my chicken wings in the air fryer. I try to keep it healthy as much as I can. But you know what? Super Bowl coming up. It's a special occasion. So I'm going to make some old school, deep fried, extra crispy chicken wings. And I'm going to make them kind of like a southern fried chicken style. I'm going to show you how to marinate it with some buttermilk so it'll be really flavorful and juicy. Let me show you what I got. All right, so I got my ingredients here. So I'm going to fry these in some canola oil. I got about a cup of all-purpose flour, and I'm going to add a quarter cup of cornstarch, and that's going to help make it extra crispy. All right, I got some buttermilk here, and I got some hot sauce, and I'm going to season these with, this is my Cajun seasoning. So if you want to learn how to make this, go check out my video for my Cajun seasoning. And then I got the chicken wings here. It's about 2.5 pounds of wings. These are really large jumbo wings. So these are ready to go. And let me show you what to do first. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna season my wings. And I wanna give a nice generous coating of my Cajun seasoning. And I always tell people, I get a lot of people that ask me how I get my wings so good. And the secret is I always marinate my wings overnight, no matter how I'm making them. I season them and I let them sit in the fridge overnight. All right, so these look good. These are really nicely coated with my Cajun seasoning. And you can also just add salt and pepper. And you can also add some crushed fresh garlic to this if you want. But I like to season the chicken first. I've seen some people make fried chicken and they put the buttermilk in and then add their seasoning. I like to season the chicken directly. I make sure I get a nice even coat. And then I'm just gonna pour the buttermilk right on top. I want to cover these. All right, I think that's enough. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of hot sauce, just like that. And I want these nice and spicy. And I'm gonna give this a mix and I'm gonna stick it in the fridge to marinate overnight. All right, so my chicken wings have marinated overnight. Now I'm gonna heat my oil up. Now I'm using this deep cast iron frying skillet. I mean, I recommend, if you like to fry, I recommend getting a electric deep fryer with the basket. It's a lot safer and easier, but you never want to fill your oil more than like a third of the way up the side of any pot, whatever you're using. So I'm going to heat this up to about 350. I got my laser thermometer here and I'll check it so I know I have the right temperature. So let me go put this on the stove and then we'll get ready to dredge the wings. I'll show you what to do next. All right, so I got the oil heating up. I'm ready to dredge these wings. And I want to show you, I got a couple of small pans here lined with foil. So one, I'm going to put the floured wings on before I fry them. And then after they're cooked, I'm going to drain them over here. I just got some paper towel there to drain some of the grease. And we're ready to get started. So I got my flour here. And again, I'm just eyeballing this. It's about a cup or so, a cup and a half. And then I got my quarter cup cornstarch. And you could season this flour any way you want, or you could not season it, up to you. I'm going to use some of my Cajun seasoning. I'm just going to throw in a couple teaspoons, just like this, and give it a mix for some extra flavor. All right, so let's start to dredge these. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take these. I just want to drain off some of the excess buttermilk and throw these right into the flour. Okay, and I'm wearing gloves. Just want to keep my hands clean. It's just a little bit easier. And I'll do about 4 at a time, but completely up to you. And I'm going to give these a nice coat in my flour, just like this. Okay, and then I'm going to set them over here onto my pan. And if you really wanted to have some extra crunch, you could double batter these. You could put it back in the buttermilk and back in the flour mixture and cornstarch mixture, but that's all right. I think this is good enough. I want a nice light but crunchy coating. All right, so I'm going to do the rest of these and then we'll get ready to fry them up. All right, so I got my chicken wings ready. And here, let's check the temperature on my oil. And that's just about 350. So these are ready to go. All right, so I'm gonna very carefully, I'm gonna use my tongs so I don't get near the oil. And I'm just gonna lay these in. And you don't wanna overcrowd it. So I'm gonna do probably like 5 or 6 at a time, just so that I give them some room to cook evenly. And then once you drop these in, the temperature of the oil is gonna go down a lot. So you don't want to put too many. All right, so these are in, they're starting to cook. And I'm just going to move them around a little bit very carefully And I'm going to let these go till they're nice, deep, golden brown and super crunchy. And remember, there's no time on chicken. These have to be cooked through. So what you can do if you're not sure, just cut one open, make sure there's no blood, and make sure that it's cooked through. All right, so my first batch is almost done, but I'm checking on the other one. Sometimes when these sit, the moisture seeps through. And one thing you gotta watch when it comes to frying is you cannot put water or moisture with oil. I mean, you literally could have it explode. So I put some extra flour here, and I'm making sure that these wings are nicely coated and dry before the other ones come out and before I throw these back into the oil. You gotta be careful, you gotta be safe when it comes to frying with this much oil, okay? All right, so I think these are done. You can just see here, let me carefully take some, just how nice and brown and crispy these are, and they smell great. I can smell those Cajun spices. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these out and drain them. And we gotta let the oil come back up to temperature and we'll do the second batch. All right, so my first batch, well, I'm gonna let them drain. And I'm gonna just season these with a little kosher salt. And as soon as they come out, you wanna put some salt on them while they're nice and hot. And these took about 12 minutes to cook. So let me check my oil. I gotta bring it back up to temperature before we do the rest. All right, and you can see the oil went down, the temperature went down significantly. So you wanna get it back to at least 350. You wanna fry between 350 and 375. So I'm gonna let this heat up and we'll do the second batch. All right, so my wings are done. Let me show you what they look like. And here, I just wanna show you, these are the ones that just came out. And I wanna just show you how, I hope you can hear that, how crunchy they are and crispy. All right, so we're ready to go. I'm gonna give these a try. And you know what? I'm gonna take this one. Just gonna dip it in just a little bit of blue cheese. This looks so good. All right, here we go. Wow, that is so good. And just look how juicy this is. I hope you can see that. These came out amazing. Man, these wings came out amazing. You gotta try these crispy fried chicken wings. And that buttermilk just really makes these things so tender and juicy. They're absolutely delicious. You wanna blow your friends and family away for this Super Bowl? Try these wings. Just a couple things. You gotta do it safely with the oil. And you gotta make sure you fry them at the right temperature. If you don't, it won't be as crispy, it'll be greasy. But you do those things, you're gonna love the results. So, hey, thanks for checking out the video. I hope you like it. I hope you try these wings. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any videos. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.